Cameras are made with attachable lenses. And inside these lenses is something called an aperture. Its purpose is to let light into the sensor. This is much like the human eye. You see, beneath the iris is a pupil, and it dilates in the darkness. This fascinates me. How adaptable the human body can be. How we are designed to see even in the darkest places. And I wonder if this applies to things unseen by the human eye. Like when depression cloaks the mind in the dark, what if the heart starts to dilate, opening up its aperture, snapshot every thought into a thing brighter than it used to be, boosting the saturation, punching up the exposure, pushing back the shadows, and letting the highlights illuminate the memories. It would be so nice if the brain could process like a light room. But this is not how it works. Brain chemistry can't compound into such a clean comparison, can't morph the mind into a metaphor neat enough to fold inside the consciousness of every person who thinks mental illness is a joke. I never thought it was a joke, but when my friend opened up to me about her anxiety, I said, yo, maybe you should find more ways to relax. I didn't realize how unhelpful this was until the panic attack took my breath away, and herein lies the problem. We don't know what we are talking about until we feel what it feels like, because the most universal experiences are also the most subjective ones. Like, how do we all feel emotional pain, yet it is still so difficult to explain? Even for me, the poet, whose purpose is to take big ideas and make them more concrete. And here is the part when I bring back the metaphor about the aperture opening up, letting in the light so you can finally see what I'm saying. But some of y'all still won't understand how this poem has never been about anxiety or depression or any isolated emotion for that matter, but rather the sum of all of these feelings and how hard they are to talk about, and how even when we find the words to say how we feel, there's a person out there that won't believe it is real. A gaslight in a chamber is cause for combustion, and you wonder why so many people are out of their minds, why so many people blow out their minds. And I know correlation does not always mean causation, but a rising suicide rate has to say something about a society who thinks empathy is only as deep as aesthetic. And here is where the imagery really starts to fall apart, y'all, because we are in the dark and our eyes are wide the fuck open. But what about our heart? When will we let in the light?